in early years, you were looked at and perceived as little like macho, gunda. क्यों रियलाइज किया कि गुंडा इमेज चेंज कर देता हूँ?
एक गुंडा भी बाप बन जाता है ना, everything changes. I wasn't a gunda, but I would take on anything. And the whole appearance, a body, long hair. So I said, I need to change the kind of films I do. And that's when I started taking risk of doing the Hututus and the Hera Fairy, films like Gopi Kishan and all the other films, which were more family, more fun-loving.
Are you comfortable with losses?
मैं घोड़े पे चलता हूँ. And financial loss, I don't even bother about. No anxiety, no stress, no tension, no nothing. Film failures, of course, it hurts you because there's a lot of effort that goes into it. But I've now learned to.
But then there was a big period as well. I think 10-year period जब कुछ success नहीं हो रहा था.
I think after 2010, success and failure is not necessarily to do with the quality of films, to do with the marketing, it's to do with the sales. कि theater किसको मिलेंगे? आज अच्छी पिक्चर है, theater ही नहीं मिलती तो क्या करेंगे? Today, A Border and Dhurandhar running simultaneously. Other films will not get a chance to stick their neck out.
In your friend circles, who you feel like this guy was the smartest, maybe he made the smartest moves?
I'd say Akshay, Ajay, done brilliantly well. Created a world for themselves. And they continue to do it. If you see the actors who are delivering blockbusters, all 55 plus. I'm talking about consistency. 100 plus films here and continue to give blockbusters. Sunny, just look at that.
I had a question for you. And this is completely out of what I've observed. कि आप ना से आप काफी protector role है आपका. On screen, off screen, it's always like I got it. सब आपको अन्ना भी बुलाते हैं. It's very, like I'm the big brother and I'll protect you, and you have that vibe a lot. Right? किसने आपको protect किया in life?
I think my community did. पहले से of course शुरुआत तो पिताजी से ही होती है, लेकिन मेरे जो my community went through a lot. When we first came in, this whole thing about go back to your villages, you don't belong here. So there was a lot of issues till they understood us also. If you see, we were the only food supply chain to get food at the right price. Even today, it's only the South Indian restaurants that will give you food at the right price. Hygienic to a level that even the top guns cannot compare. I mean, now the American brands have come and say we are fast food. We were super fast food. अब order दो यहाँ से यहाँ आता है, and at a price which is most affordable. आपने 99 कर दिया, हम हमेशा 99 के अंदर ही थे, थाली हो या कुछ भी हो. So when we went through that, each family supported the other. So every person who came from Tulunad, everybody who came from Karnataka, were people who were saying, Acha, his restaurant is my restaurant. There's a problem there. All the restaurants would shut and the boys would end going there. So we were there for each other. And the chit fund system that worked, Dad didn't have money. 10 of them would get together and say, okay, we'd put in so much money every month, and whoever needs it, you get a chance. If it's 10, once, you pick it up. And as per the need of the hour, they used to pick up money. Zero interest. It was chit fund. Kam mein hua, it was balanced. So at the end of it, you all got your money. No banks, no institutions. So all these things, they are the protectors.
Nice.
So if you see finance, the biggest of the financial hub of India is Mangalore. You talk about any bank and you'd say, oh, that's the birthplace of banking. What did they do? They supported each other. If somebody came, they gave them jobs. They gave them, because everybody was educated. So bankers were 90% were South Indians. And even that continues even today. Education is free. Why does it happen? When you support each other. So I'd always say it's my community that has given me that. And it's not me. You see, any Shetty boy and he'll have this big brother feel about him. This feel of, I've got somebody covering my back.
Because the community takes care of everything.
Community.
See, strong community, strong father. आपके traits भी बहुत strong.
जी.
Right, हर चीज over the years.
देख के ना, देख के जो मैं हमेशा बोलता हूँ, देख के सीखते.
Environment and family both.
Environment, yeah.
What's the weakest you have been ever?
I guess as a father, anytime anything with the kids, I can never handle it. If it's Ahan or Atya or Rahul or them going through any issues is something that breaks me. Their mana is stronger. She's much stronger. I mean, even if Ahan fell and there was a bruise on his head, I think I would collapse before him. You're physically strong for yourself and you're there for everybody, but when these matters, I can't handle it. I can never handle it. Never. To this date, dad unwell, mom unwell, I can't handle it. And I'm very weak there.
Tell me the weakest thought you have had.
Something that I've always prayed for, and for years together, the only thing I prayed for was, God, take me before you take my parents. I didn't want to lose anybody in life. Death was a thought that kept coming into my mind every single night. I don't want to lose anybody. I don't want to lose anybody. I don't want to lose anybody. And because it's family, that's why I keep feeling joint families are families that Indians should always be a part of. Because there was no anxiety, there was no depression, there was no stress. Everything was managed. Everything else I would recover from. I've never been scared about anything, threats, underworld. Everything that happened to me was, theek hai, ho jayega. Failure, Friday flops, financial issues, nothing. I never worried. To date, I never worry about all that. But health and personal things matter a lot to me. As parents started aging, that fear of you have to lose someone sometime. Dad was unwell for a long time, 4 years. It was very unfair of me. It was very selfish on my behalf, the family's behalf, that I didn't want him to go. Though he didn't have the quality of life he would want to live. But you don't want to let go, So I don't think I've let go of him even now. It's been 8 years, 9 years. But his thought brings a tear in my eye. So all that continues. So there I'm very weak, very weak.
What happened when you lost him?
Just got the feeling that that home, that shelter, that protector is gone. And suddenly you're the one who has to take all the responsibilities. I always was. But the responsibility of health and well-being of the people is something that I could never control. Fortunately, like I say, Mana is very strong there. We call her the doctor of the house. And that's literally how it is. If Tia has fever, Ahan has fever, I don't know how to handle it. I don't know what is in me. Maybe that whole feeling of, me praying all my life for all these things was fear. But if I saw, आज इधर से जंप करना है यार, 5वें माले से जंप करना है, बक्से लगे हुए हैं, चल लगा, excited to go. If I have to do a stunt, excited to do it. वरना नहीं. दूसरा stunt कर रहा. I've never seen a stuntman do a stunt. I've never seen my body double, which is very rare, or somebody else do a stunt and I've watched the stunt. I've always come, I've turned my back, walked out. And you can ask anybody that in my 35 years of my career, I've never seen a stunt happening. Once it's done, I turn around and say, Sab theek? And I'm trembling. But if I'm doing it, there's no problem. So there's inherently some kind of weakness. I don't know what I'd put it down to, but
So around family, the fear.
Yeah.
So what were you feeling jab dad passed away? At that moment?
Absolutely numb. anxiety, and knowing that I was going to lose him. I was ready. I have accepted it, but still think of him every single day. My day begins with praying for him and praying to him and ends with praying to him.
Every day.
Every single day. Every single day.
You miss him today?
Yeah.
What do you talk to? Do you talk to him?
I mean, the thing is, I'm also get the feeling that we did everything. The sisters, mom, me, my wife, my children did everything to keep him alive. But he couldn't speak. So, did we push him extra? So sometimes that is also, it's good for you, but was it good for him? And I was never physical with him while growing up. I worshipped him. That's why I always say every father and son needs to physically. I'm very physical with Ahan, even today, with Rahul. I'm very physical. Father and son need to hug, to touch, to talk, to understand, to cry. He needs to cry on your shoulder. You need to cry on his shoulder.
आपने नहीं किया अपने पापा के साथ?
After a certain age and stuff like that. Who respect. It's out of respect that it doesn't happen.
कभी ऐसे पापा का अप्रूवल चाहिए था बड़े होते हुए?
हमेशा. In his own,
always seeking his approval.
Yeah, always seeking his approval. Always asking mom what he thought, and typical father won't praise you in front of you, but behind your back, and then mom has to explain. See, you were not there, and he said this. He said this.
Were you scared कि disappoint करोगे पापा को कभी?
Always.
कभी किया?
Always. No, I don't think so. I think I was a very, very disciplined son, a very obedient son, and that's why, whether it was martial arts or not, no drinking, no smoking, trying to be that perfect child, was to please him. Was to please him. Always.
There were but complications ना जब आपने शादी करी थी. In the beginning.
Yeah, क्योंकि they didn't want anything outside of the family. They didn't want me to marry someone outside of the family. And because they believe different cultures, she won't fit in. But it was he who, when Mana came to drop me, and he came to drop me at the airport for my first film, and I was going for 60 days. And Mana came to drop me, and Dad, I never expected Dad to come to drop me. He says, I'm coming to the airport to drop you. All the best to you. And I had already committed to Mana ki, yeah, you come with me. And then she said, okay, I'll go to the airport. I know what to do. I said, okay. And then he met me, saw me. I went, saw her. And then he saw her. And he left. He went and spoke to her, took her home. And that was the day. And I think 60 days after that, she had to go home and spend time with him every day. So somewhere, it's the father who understands.
But did you face complication in the beginning? I was reading that कि कुछ साल तक घर वाले ready नहीं थे for your love.
For 9 years.
For 9 years, उन्होंने accept नहीं किया.
नहीं. They said, you won't be happy, she won't be happy. We never discussed it. They said no. But I was very clear about one thing, कि you want me to marry someone else, it's not going to be possible, because I don't want to destroy 2 lives or 3 lives, including my own. So let's not get into that. I won't get married. And for me, it was still okay. Guy saying, I won't get married. A girl, tough for her, because her parents had accepted me. Her mother and me were a house on fire. I learned so much in life from that lady. The art of giving is the art of living, and CSR and public and working with people. She's the one who taught me everything.
So how did you decide at that age? 91 you got married, no?
Yeah.
So 91 के पहले 9 years.
9 years.
9 in that era, jahan pe it's a big taboo, big thing.
Yeah.
And finally, India was also going through that phase कि अच्छा आप community के साथ रहते हो तो ही आगे बढ़ते हो, नहीं तो आप protected नहीं हो. Like that was a very different time than today.
Yeah, very different. So, very different.
उस time पे convince करना to marry someone who's not from your religion, from your family, from your area, I don't know.
I think time. Listen, time is the biggest healer, and time. So my parents saw the fact that fine, they knew their son that he would be sincere. They didn't know whether it would last with her. But when they realized that a girl has given up everything for their son, what better partner could they look for?
Fair. But what made you choose कि मैं family की ये बात नहीं मानूंगा, मैं तो इतना family person उसके बाद भी I'll be okay to not get family's approval and still choose love of my life?
But I wasn't doing anything wrong to them either. I said I won't get married. Fine. We won't get married. Both of us won't get married. So we're not hurting you at all. Let me be the way I am. And that's because I believed in her completely. And she was only giving. And even today, she's only about giving. You know, I don't bother about anything in the house. But the littlest of things to do with me, right from whether my nails have been cut or no, or my toothpaste is over or no, or my brush needs a change, she's aware of. It's unbelievable. It's insane. And she was like that way at that time also. And not only me. Whether it's Ahan, whether it's Atya, whether it's my mom, whether it was dad and her, she were a house on fire. I think when he passed, she was a daughter. I was the son-in-law probably. You know, everything for him in those 4 years was mana. And he'd got a headache. She'd give him something and he'd do this. And she was the magic wand. Even if she gave him a mint and said it's for your headache, his headache would be okay. You know, it was such an unbelievable relationship. I can't even tell you.
And kya change kiya after 9 years? What changed? What was the moment of time?
I think those 60 days of them spending time with each other. And she, even today, is like a child. And even then was like a child. She's very expressive. We come from a family that is very, we don't express. Physical is not something that we did. She's someone who's very physical. So I think she got physical with dad, got physical with mom, and that chirpiness, that energy of hers, spontaneously responding to everything, appreciating everything. I think probably he also hadn't seen, you know, that he had put in such hard work, working from the age of 9. How many of us must have appreciated him physically or personally, told him that, Dad, this is what you've done, unbelievable. Today I keep talking about my dad, but I never did it when probably he was going through his worst periods. I never realized. I mean, children don't realize the sacrifice that they do, you know. And now I realize, you know what, he had 3 restaurants, but the minute we were born, he gave away 2 and took care of only 1. Why did he do that? Because he wanted to have lunch with us, because he wanted to have breakfast with us. He wanted that Wednesday holiday with us. He wanted to come back home by 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock and spend dinner time with us. Mom would be teaching us. He would be sitting there and saying, study, study, because he wouldn't know. You know, and mom was at it. So he would want to watch that. He'd want to watch TV. He would want to convert the dining table into a table tennis table and play with us. We never appreciated it. She brought about appreciation.
What's one thing you wish you would have told your dad?
That I am who I am is only because of you. Every trait in me is because of him. Every trait. Everything that is good about me is because of him. Everything that is real about me is because of my birthplace and where I come from. You know.
You never told him this?
No, I never told him this. Of course, the last 3-4 years were magical together. I mean, probably then I did tell him everything, physical with him, would be kissing him and holding him all the time. But I wish he could reciprocate in the same way, being all there.
But you said कि सारे traits वापस ही हैं. Tell me one trait which is good and one bad.
A good trait is blind faith. And a bad trait is, in today's time, doesn't work. You get hurt. You get hurt a hell of a lot, and...
कि हर किसी पे blind faith.
हाँ, हर किसी पे. लेकिन आज भी मैं वैसे ही हूँ.
Trust forward.
Yeah. That's my only... documents don't work for me. Trust works for me. Handshakes work for me. बोल दिया तो बोल दिया is that kind of thing. And I've lost a hell of a lot. But mom always says that's what he was made for. This is his CSR. Let him do what he does. And so when you get an approval from the mother itself, then that becomes your being. You want to be that way, and that's mom. That's mom.
Tell me one betrayal you've had because you trusted somebody.
Oh, a hell of a lot, yeah. So many times, business-wise, friends, childhood friends, whom you don't. I mean, without paperwork, without anything, I've done everything from them, and then realized that you're not a part of the deal itself. So these are the things, because you're focused as an actor, trying to build a career in a world that is so damn tough that you don't understand next Friday होने वाला क्या है. पिक्चर हिट होती है, फिर भी लोग बोलते हैं कि यार वुडन है, एक्टिंग नहीं आती, हिंदी नहीं आती, you should go back to selling idlis. At a time like that, you're focused कि नहीं यार, I need to prove myself. So you depend on someone else to do a hell of a lot, and that betrayal happens and it goes wrong.
Do you ever?
And from a childhood friend, you don't expect that, because that is your go-to people, and we're still 8-10 of us who are kindergarten friends, 65, 64 years of friendship, and that's what keeps me going too.
And then
it's magical. And then once such person does a game on you, then you start, because of that, I don't want to not trust others.
Yeah.
That shouldn't become my go-to thing to say, nahin, it happened here, मैं नहीं करूँगा. लेकिन होते रहता है, it's okay. Little thing. Yeah, it doesn't. Like I said, financially, I'm never bothered about anything, because I've never had any goal. I've never had कि मेरा बैंक में इतना होना चाहिए, ये होना चाहिए, वो होना चाहिए. I take it as it comes. As it comes.
कभी नहीं सोचा?
नहीं, कभी नहीं. Because
for my kids, I would want
No. I would want to educate. My father only said one thing. The Buddhi Shastra is the most powerful Shastra. Educate your children, because come what may, tsunami का ही आई, property खत्म हो गया. बुद्धि की शास्त्र है, वो कहीं भी जाके ये हो सकती है. और वही इंडिया तो प्रूव कर रहा है. भारत प्रूव क्या कर रहा है कि हमारी बुद्धि के वजह से ही हम सब जगह है. आप कहीं भी बोलो, टिम्बकटू में भी बोलोगे, अगर सर्वाइव होके वो इकोनॉमी सर्वाइव हो रही है तो हमारा हाथ है उसमें. And that is buddhi ki shastra. So he always said, educate your children. I still remember actor going to dad. I said, Dad, they say the American school is a damn good school, but the fees are too much. What if I don't make it? What happens? He says, give them the best you can, and it'll all happen.
Nice.
So,
and when you went school, you went with school with royals. Like, I mean, royal, matlab, very rich kids.
No, you know what? That's an amazing thing about Dad. We used to live in Lamington Road. We lived in a one-room kitchen, very close to Dad's restaurant. But that area wasn't a very upmarket area.
Okay.
He couldn't afford it. But he took a loan, borrowed money from his friends, and bought an apartment in Nepean Sea Road, way beyond his means.
Kyun?
And I asked him that time, Dad, why did you do this that time? And you couldn't afford it, your loans were on you. He's saying, Beta, because if I would have let you grow up here, this is the kind of mentality you would have had. I put you into a better area because we don't fit in there, so we'd be conscious. we'd be aware of that there are, people who are way above us in status, in wealth, in every way. And you would always be well behaved and thankful for that. But at the same time, you would grow up with people whom you'd want to emulate and be like. You'd want to educate yourself. You'd want to get yourself a car. He said, till you don't learn to spend, you never learn to make. Spend within your means, but spend money. Don't save it. Spend money on the good things in life. To travel, to do things, to achieve something for your children, music class. Do everything that you can educate them with and give them that extra to be able to do things. A good car, which means you have to work hard for a good car. Chori to nahi kar sakta wo mere. To do that. And that's how I've lived my life. I probably haven't saved as much as I have probably spent on a better life.
Interesting. शुरू से ही ऐसे थे?
शुरू से ही ऐसे थे और आज भी ऐसे ही हूँ.
You'd spend way more.
Yeah, I'd spend way more in the sense not get into debt and do it, but spend, like they say, itni ki savings honi chahiye, wo mein nahi. I would go as per the year and my needs. And Lakshmi ji, I always say she takes care of me all the time.
And isn't it bad?
It is bad, but that's what I did. And I've done it brilliantly. I've given my kids a decent life, a great education, and just fallen into place. And that's why I said real estate is the only thing that has saved me, because my investments were in real estate. अच्छा ये है तो चलो ये ले लिया, एक घर ले लिया, एक ये कर लिया. That is what saved me, because the minute you feel shelter है सर के ऊपर, it's easy है. Don't worry about it. It'll take care of itself.
तो मेरी फैमिली में एक saying, I think सिंधी लोगों में बोलते हैं, it's the literal हिंदी meaning is कि भगवान मेरे खर्चे बढ़ाओ, क्योंकि खर्चे तो उसी के बढ़ते हैं जिसके इनकम होती है एक्स्ट्रा.
In one way, वही तरीका है, वही है. और जब आप ऑनेस्ट हो और आपकी मीन्स सही है तो आप गलत जा ही नहीं सकते.
Is there a strategy that you follow in order to buy certain real estate or like certain buildings or certain projects?
Sure.
What is it?
Location, always. Society, and being an actor. It's about protecting yourself from the outside world, so that it's the right environment. For me, it would be about less families. It would be about great amenities, and like I said, location. The most important things for me, because you need to keep your privacy also. At the same time, you need to understand, use the facilities. You've got to see what kind of people, who are the people who are there with you, whether it's the right mindset. Very, very important. I mean, that's what I tell Ahan and Atya also, ki don't buy a property because you want to show something to someone or prove something to someone. But if it protects you, protects your family, protects you,
protects your peace, protects your...
Absolutely. Buy peace. And that's the thought process behind it. I mean, today, Rahul and Atya didn't buy the house, the one which Mana and me bought. They bought the house because of the convenience of the family also. Brother there, father there, mother there, children there. Great house, great home, very few apartments. You have your privacy, but yet you have a very strong community and a family. You're involved in the development of the building. You're a part of the committee, So you look at all that. There are bigger buildings, could be better buildings that are there, but this suits us. Central when it comes to work, between both.
Interesting. So these are all the things that you would consider instead of having an ego buying and like
Absolutely.
बड़ा घर लेना चाहिए.
नहीं.
मेरा भी बंगलो हो, मेरा ये हो वो.
नहीं, मैं
कभी आया ऐसा? Were you egoistic at any point?
No, never. Never ever. Even my first home buying, my farmhouse, was so that my children could grow up with me. So I could recreate Mangalore, and I've done exactly that. There are roosters running, there are ducks there, there are koi fish there, my own water reservoir, everything to do with sport, nature. It was a place with 2 trees. It's got over 400 trees now. Why, what fruit is growing? I have no answer to it. When somebody says, यार लीची कैसे grow कर सकता? I said, grow हो रहा है. मैं सवाल पूछता नहीं और मैं जवाब देना मुझे आता नहीं है, but it's growing. So there's a lot of memories.
What sport do you play?
I play cricket. I used to play squash. And every table tennis, all of it. And I'm good. I'm very good at it. I mean, I haven't tried paddle and pickle because that is something that I'm trying to do of my own. And now I've taken it upon me कि जिस दिन मेरा कोर्ट खुलेगा उस दिन मैं खेलूंगा, वरना नहीं खेलूंगा. Yeah, that's
we'll play whenever.
And it's about recovery. It's not just about paddle. It's about health, wellness, recovery, everything. I've never spoken about this, but it got delayed a bit because you know how properties are and stuff like that. But
it's like a health club.
Yeah, completely. It is anti-aging. It is recovery. It is for athletes and people who love sport. And so it's a great place. It's a great place. It'll be one of a kind.
I'll come. We'll play, and we'll also play TT one day.
TT. Even I'm damn good at TT. I mean, you're younger, so
I'm not like very good, but I'm good.
No, I'm good. I was very good, but now I'm good.
We'll play at one. But racket sports I play. Because I also play squash, TT, all of this.
Yeah. So I have a squash court in Khandala also.
Acha.
I have a squash court. Yeah. I have a bowling machine. So I was one of the first few guys 20 years ago to put a bowling machine.
You love doing all this sport.
Yeah, because that's the only thing. See, it's very important कि जब आपके पास घर हो ना और आपके घर में कोई मेहमान आता हो या बच्चे जब आते हैं वहाँ दोबारा जाना, अगर सेकंड होम हो दोबारा जाना बहुत otherwise there are too many attractions. Let's go to this, let's go to that. Abhi because of this they only want to run because of that. That's why whether it's a home, whether it's a second home, whatever it is, it has to have things that will take care of all. So even when I was building the home,